Today, we are talking about one of the most famous vacation spots on the planet. And we're going to show you how to get the absolute best of it, not for hundreds of dollars, but for pretty much next to nothing. Let's get into it. Cancun. Just saying the word brings up these incredible images, right? The perfect white sand, water that's a shade of turquoise you didn't even think was real, and this huge, beautiful resorts. It is like the textbook definition of paradise. But here's the thing. For most of us, that paradise feels like it comes with a pretty steep price tag. The idea is that Cancun is just this playground for people with tons of money. All-inclusive deals where everything costs you something, from the chair you're sitting on to the bottle of water in your hand. It just feels exclusive, expensive, and maybe just a little bit out of reach if you're trying to travel smart. But what if I told you that the most real, the most memorable, the most beautiful parts of Cancun aren't hidden behind a resort wristband? What if the secret to an amazing trip is actually stepping outside of that tourist bubble? Today, we are pulling back the curtain on the Cancun that the locals know and love. A city that is just packed with culture, arts, and incredible nature that you can see for free or, for just a couple of bucks. So let's just jump right in. We've boiled down all the research into the top 7 things you can do that will give you that real Cancun experience without totally wrecking your budget. Think of this as your key to unlocking a seriously amazing and affordable vacation. First off, and this is the big one, the number one reason people come here in the first place, the beaches. And listen, here is the most important secret you need to know. In Mexico, by law, all beaches are public. That's right, no hotel can own the sand or the sea. You don't need some crazy expensive day pass. You just find a public access point and you're golden. We're heading straight to the picture-perfect postcard view of Cancun. The one you see all over Instagram. But we're gonna do it for free. Okay, so this is Playa Delfines, and getting here is super easy. Just hop on the R1 or R2 bus and get off at kilometer 19.5 in the hotel zone. The vibe here is just expansive and so energetic. You'll definitely see the line for that famous Cancun spot sign. My advice, get there early to beat that rush. But look, beyond the photo walk, you'll find tons of locals just having a blast in the waves. And get this, you got free public restrooms, free showers, and even some free palabas, the statched umbrellas, if you're early enough to snag one. Oh, and a quick note, the waves here can be freeze-foam, so it's not the best for little kids. But fun fact, unlike other spots, you can feed the iguanas here. This world-class beach has literally everything you need. So the price for this $1 million view, are you ready for it? Absolutely free. That's right. One of the most beautiful beaches on the planet costs you nothing more than the bus fare to get there. Okay, you ready for cheat code number 2? We're gonna switch things up. We're leaving the turquoise water of the hotel zone for just a minute to find the real beating heart of local Cancun. Welcome to Parque de las Palapas. You're gonna take the R1 or the R27 bus downtown to find this gem. The vibe here is pure local energy. We're talking loud music, happy family chaos. It's just incredible, especially after 5 p.m. when all the local families come out to play. The weekends are when it really comes alive with live music and performers. Now listen up, this is important, the bathroom situation. The sources don't mention any public ones, so you gotta plan ahead on that one. But what it lacks in bathrooms, it more than makes up for with dozens of unbelievable street food vendors. It's a super safe, family-friendly space, so just be cool, be respectful, and soak it all in. And again, how much does it cost to get into this incredible cultural hub? Not a single peso. The experience is totally free. Now that amazing food we'll talk about later? Yeah, that's extra. But trust me, it is worth every single peso. Okay, cheat code number 3 is all about chilling out. We've done the high-energy, iconic beach. We've done the chaotic local park. Now it's time to find some peace and quiet. This is Playa Langosta over at kilometer 5 in the hotel zone, another easy R1 or R2 bus ride. The vibe here? It's a complete 180 from Playa Delfines. It's serene, it's calm, it's quiet. This is a total bring your book and just chill kind of spot, and it's super popular with local families. And hey, a little heads up on the amenities. They've got public bathrooms and showers, which is great, but they do lock them up around 5 p.m., so keep that in mind. The real reason it's a family favorite though is the water. It's incredibly calm and shallow, making it one of the safest spots for kids to swim in all of Cancun. And yep, you guessed it. Access to this slice of calm, family-friendly paradise is completely 100% free. You start to see a pattern here? The best things in Cancun really are. All right, time for cheat code number 4, and this one's for all you history buffs out there. You might think you need a long, expensive day trip to see Mayan ruins, but you absolutely don't. We are skipping the insane crowds in Chichen Itza and heading to El Maco. This place is a total hidden gem just north of downtown. You get to see this incredible 41-foot pyramid, wander through these beautiful shaded grounds, and you honestly feel like you've discovered a secret. Now here's your first pro tip. If you happen to be a resident, go on a Sunday. It's totally free and the vibe is much more local and relaxed. Here's a pro tip for you. Get there right when they open at 8 a.m. You'll beat the heat and you'll pretty much have the entire ancient city all to yourself. And this next part, well, this might just be the best part of all. The entrance fee is just 75 Mexican pesos. To put that in perspective, that is roughly $4 US. 4. That's insane value. Now, if you want to see the modern heart of Cancun, all you have to do is take a walk. Downtown has completely transformed into this huge outdoor art gallery. We're talking 10, maybe 12 city blocks covered in these massive, colorful murals. And this isn't just random tagging. A lot of these pieces are from famous artists who came for international festivals. It is a totally free way to see a side of the city that is just buzzing with creativity and modern culture. It's so much more than just beach clubs. You know, to really feel a new culture, you have to use all your senses. And there's no better place to do that than a local market. Mercado 28 downtown is an absolute must-see. It's this wonderfully chaotic maze of little stalls selling everything you can imagine, from handmade crafts to local spices. And the best part? It costs $0 to just walk through, soak it all in, hear the vendors calling out, and smell all the amazing street food. It is a pure, real cultural experience. Need a little break from all the action? The Malecon Tajamar is where you need to go. You get these incredible views of the mangroves with the glittering hotel zone skyline in the distance. And I'm telling you, it is one of the best free spots in the entire city to watch the sunset. And finally, number 7. Snorkeling is a huge deal in Cancun, but you absolutely do not need an expensive tour to do it. The secret is so simple. Just bring your own snorkel gear. A basic mask and snorkel are super light, easy to pack, and by doing that, you completely skip the rental fees and you don't have to worry about time limits. You can just head to a spot like Playa Merlin and explore that amazing underwater world for as long as you want, whenever you want, and it is completely free. Okay, so you filled your days with incredible free activities, but look, you gotta eat, right? This is usually where a travel budget just completely falls apart, but not yours. Let's talk about how to ditch those overpriced, bland tourist traps and eat food that you'll actually be dreaming about when you get home. I mean, this is the million-dollar question, isn't it? Where do you go to find that authentic, delicious, and most importantly, super affordable food that hasn't been watered down for tourists? Okay, here it is, your foodie cheat sheet. There are 2 spots you absolutely have to know. We already talked about Parque Las Palapas for its incredible evening street food scene, but for a true daytime local experience, you have to go to Mercado 23. Now listen, this is crucial. A lot of guides will point you to Mercado 28, but that's become way more of a tourist market. Mercado 23 is the real deal. It's a bustling, no-frills market where local people actually shop for their groceries and grab a cheap, amazing breakfast from a tiny little food stall. So, what are we ordering? At Parque Las Palapas at night, you absolutely must try a marquesita. It's this crispy, rolled-up crepe, and the classic filling is a salty, sweet combo of Aden cheese and Nutella. I know, it sounds a little weird, but trust me on this one, it is incredible. And of course, tacos al pastor. That beautiful, marinated pork shaved right off a giant vertical spit. You can find them for like $1.50 each. Also, keep your eyes peeled for grilled corn, or elotes, and the legendary slow-roasted pork known as cochinita pipián. So we've got our free activities, we've got our cheap, amazing food, but how do you actually connect the dots between your downtown home base and the beaches in the hotel zone? Well, the final piece of our budget puzzle is mastering Cancun's transportation, and you're going to be shocked at how easy and cheap it is. Forget taxis, the public bus in your new best friend here. It's so simple. The R1 and R2 routes basically run 24/7, linking the free beaches in the hotel zone with the cheap food in downtown. The fare is just 12 pesos. We're talking about 75 cents. Just make sure you have small bills ready. You don't even really need a formal bus stop. You just stand in the main road and wave one down like you're hailing a cab. And listen, the only rule you have to remember is this. Buses on the ocean side of the street go downtown. Buses on the lagoon side go south, toward the airport. That's it. It's that simple. Now, a quick word on taxis and ride shares. Just avoid the taxis in the hotel zone, and especially at the airport. Seriously. The rates are crazy high, they don't use meters, and it's a surefire way to get ripped off. Now, what about Uber? It is technically legal and it's cheaper, but the situation with the local taxi unions can be tense. It's probably best used for short trips just within the downtown area, but I wouldn't count on it for an airport pickup or for hailing one right in front of a big resort. Honestly, the bus is almost always the better, easier, and cheaper choice. Okay, so we have covered activities, food, and getting around. Let's put it all together. So how does that $60 day break down? Well, transport is $3 for 4 bus rides. Food is about $27 for an authentic breakfast, some snacks, and an amazing street food dinner. Your big activity spend for the day is just $4 for the El Mamico ruins. But that lodging cost, that $25 to $30, that's the real secret sauce here. To hit that price, you've got to stay in downtown, what the locals call El Centro. If you're traveling solo or want to meet people, a social hotel like Mayan Monkey or Selena is perfect. Great vibe, activities, and a super affordable bed. But if you still kind of want that resort feel, there are budget-friendly all-inclusives, like the Royal Solaris, that do you the pools and beach access without that crazy 5-star price tag. It's all about being smart with your location.